Well, hello, diary. Did you miss me? Yeah, I didn't actually give you an entry on Thursday because I was too busy. Doing these diaries actually is dependent on the idea that I actually have the time to do them. And yesterday, I was incredibly busy. We didn't just do one video or two. We recorded and edited 3 videos, the last of which actually Arthur had a wiggly tooth on the bottom of his mouth there. And see, for Jason, we did a video for his tooth where we tied a string to a wrench and then he dropped the wrench and pulled his tooth out. The video kind of sucked. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't really produced very well. It was just a really shitty, sucky video, you know. But so for Arthur, we wanted to do something kind of special for him because he had asked, you know, can you film me having my tooth taken out? And so we got the idea of attaching an Air Hogs helicopter to his tooth because he'd asked for something like that before. So we're like, let's tie the helicopter to his tooth and then fly the helicopter and it'll yank his tooth out. It seemed like a good idea at the time, except for the fact that the helicopter didn't have enough lift, not enough airborne torque to yank the tooth out. And so he just ended up having this like string attached, you know, to his tooth with a helicopter kind of. It was like flying a kite with your mouth, only it was a helicopter. And we tried that a few times. It didn't work. So we were like, all right, let's try something else. And he has a remote control 4-wheeler. And it's pretty big, it's pretty hefty, and it can go pretty quick. And so we tied the tooth to that, and it went, and it didn't yank the tooth out. It just stayed there. It popped up onto 2 wheels and was like, it was attached to his mouth, and it was damn hilarious. But so in the end, I ended up putting it on the kitchen counter, Margaret's cake counter, and driving it off the counter, hoping that the force and the jolt of the fall would rip the tooth out. And it did. The tooth came right out. Ting, ting, ting. Tinkled right on the floor. We found it. Arthur's mouth was all bleeding and gushing. He was super proud of himself for doing that. He felt like a real boss. So I had to edit, you know, for me to record and edit 2 videos in a day is, you know, normal for me. I like to have a few videos in the bank in case I get sick or feel like watching TV or get caught up watching other YouTube friends. So it's kind of nice to have that. We don't usually do 3 in a day. And so my day was just so completely packed. And we had a Skype call with some good friends that we don't always get to Skype with. So the day was just too full to do a diary. So my apologies for no diary. Although I think I mentioned in the first diary, D1, that it wasn't going to be a diary every day. I think I did mention that. As for the regular part of my day, it was regular Friday. I went to the neighboring town, did some deliveries, came back to town, bought a PS4 copy. I guess I have to. It's a PS4 exclusive of Until Dawn, horror game I've wanted to play for a long time. I got it for $30. Brand new. I think that's actually pretty good. I'm not really down with the whole downloading a digital copy of a game. If I really want it, I want that hard copy so that, you know, years down the road, I can still pop it in and just play it on a television. That hard copy is so important. So I picked that up, picked up some new CDs, came home, had some guests over, which is kind of cool. So we cracked out the good hamburgers and not the cheap ones, which was kind of cool. They had bacon and cheese in them. They were so good. And then we looked after my niece and nephew. Autumn is still very young. She's still a baby, like a young baby. And she was very inconsolable tonight. You know, she wouldn't take the bottle. The breast milk bottle, wouldn't take that. You're bouncing her and we're singing to her. And I have 4 kids. And this was like, our kids got like this sometimes. But usually we could console them because we're the parents. When it's someone else's kid and they're just fucking going for it, they're just, you know, and you've tried everything that you know as a parent of 4. And you're like, well, the only thing I would do different here, you know, if I was Margaret, is whip the titty out and breastfeed. But we can't do that because obviously I'm a man and it's not Margaret's baby and she's not lactating anyway. So there's that. But and then so they came to you know, to get their kids, and now Margaret and I are literally just at home. I'm recording this video and then Margaret's waiting for me because we want to watch a few more episodes of the OA, which is a darn good show, might I add, by the way. If you haven't started watching it on Netflix, you should. And then after that, watch Lemony Snicket's. I can't vouch for it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome because it's Lemony Snicket's, a TV show. It can't be bad. It's got Doogie Howser as the mean uncle with the nose and the bald head and the hair. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the day. I did have some deep thoughts in the van on the way to Lakefield, but I didn't write them down, so I can't remember. So I guess there's nothing really deep. It's just like a record of events and stuff for the day. Anyway, that's all I have to say, diary. So thank you for being an open ear for me, and I'll see you in the next diary. D2 in the bag. Goodbye.